there, beautiful friends. I am Kelly Lepart, if we have not connected and don't know each other already. And I am a mindset and manifestation coach that helps women to up-level in their lives and their businesses and just tap in, tune in, and turn on to all of the good that you desire and that you have coming to you. So today I was walking and doing my morning meditations, and I really got to thinking about like the highs and the lows in life, and how we can have a win, we get a new client, we just ended last month, maybe you have an excellent month, and then you got to start that month over, right? If you're in like network marketing or just anywhere you are in life, right? So, we have the highs where we're like flying high, we're feeling amazing, and then they don't seem to last that long, right? Before you start going down, and then when you're in the down sweep, then oftentimes we're, maybe fear, doubt, and worry come in. You're like, where is, the clients, the people, the money, the love, whatever that thing is that you're looking to create. And sometimes we get stuck in a certain area for a little bit. So I wanted to talk about the law of rhythm a little. So I made this graph. And so everything is always moving. Everything is always in motion. We have the law of vibration that is always happening. Everything is always in motion. Even after you die, like literally everything's still vibrating, and that's how you turn to dust, right? So, everything's in constant motion, and everything is always changing. So we also have the law of rhythm. So the law of rhythm is, you always are going to have these highs, and then you're going to have the swoops down into the lows, and then you're going to come back up to highs. So where we find ourselves in our highs or low, and how you maneuver in that space is really, really important, because when we are in this high space, maybe that is where you need to take massive action. That's where you're creating from. That's where you are in like a vibration of receiving great things, and you're like in that winning mentality. And that's where you need to go and connect with more prospects, or reach out in whatever spaces that you're wanting to create more abundance in, and take action in that space. And then you're gonna naturally slide down into like this lower vibration, right? This lower rhythm. And so when we're down there, maybe you're not feeling like you're winning as much anymore, right? Maybe there's a little lull in your income, or in clients coming in, or prospects, or whatnot. And so this is not the space to like go and take massive action, because your like vibration is going to be lower. It's not going to be like that high vibe attracting space that you're wanting to like receive all that from. So the law of vibration, everything's always in movement. And how do we know where we are vibrating from? Like there's lots. I didn't think I was going to go into all these different laws in this live, but I am. So the law of attraction, everybody has heard about this law of attraction thing, right? So what exactly is that? Well, it's really the law of vibration. Everything's in constant movement. Everything's always vibrating. And it depends on like where you're vibrating from, what you're attracting, right? And so if you are in this low space, maybe not feeling like you're winning, maybe you're not feeling awesome, like maybe you're having some health projects and you're, thinking and focusing on those things, then you're going to probably attract more. No, not probably. You actually are going to attract more things from this space, right? So when you are down in this lower vibration, how do we know what vibration we're in? We think about how you're feeling. When we say, oh, I'm feeling amazing, that means that you're on high vibration. But if you're feeling kind of down and depressed, I just don't know, I'm just feeling a little blue, like you're on a lower vibration, right? And that's where you need to really get connected and tune in to recognizing, okay, maybe you're in that lower vibration. You're not loving everything that you're receiving at that moment, or you are still desiring something, more or different. So instead of focusing on that low vibe, right? Because that can be like this little tornado or like suction, like we get stuck down here sometimes. And so if we can recognize that you're in that low vibration, and then choose, okay, how can I feel better? We tune back into like these high vibe feelings when you were winning, what you desire, how you would rather be feeling, right? And then before long, you're going to recognize that you're going right back up that next space. And when you're up here, you're receiving all these amazing things. I mean, we're actually receiving no matter where you're at, but the shorter duration of time that you're down in this low vibe and you're like up in this higher motion, you're going to love things a lot better, right? So that is the law of rhythm. Everything is always in an up or down, right? You're either in a high or you're in a low, or you're in the process of going in between. So what if you're in that transitional space, right? Like, well, maybe you're looking for your quantum leap, right? So maybe you're in this transition. Maybe you've been down in this lull and you're like, okay, I'm in this transitional space and I want to be here and I know this is coming, but you're waiting for the rise, right? So it's a journey. Life is a journey and you got to embrace it, right? Like it's uncomfortable here because you want to be here, and maybe you feel like you're here already, but it's just hasn't shown up yet. So just recognizing like where you are in your laws of rhythm and where your vibration is. Okay. So when we're in this low, just recapping, if we're in this low vibration, you're feeling, some of those fear, doubts, worries coming in, or you're just waiting for the physical manifestations to show up, right? They're only going to show up when you are a vibrational match for them. So how do we become a vibrational match for them? We have to raise our thoughts and our feelings up to this space, right? So we don't want to like settle in down here in the low space where, sometimes we get stuck. But we want to choose something that feels better. We want to choose to, just how can we do that? Sometimes that's really hard to like maneuver and manage, choosing something that feels better. Well, if you have a hard time, like, adjusting your thought process to something that's better, just go to gratitude. Gratitude is the thing that will absolutely lift you up and get you connected with that which you desire, right? So every morning I do gratitudes with my kids. What are you grateful for when we're waiting for the bus? And it allows us to like tap into that thing that we're like excited about, that we love, that brings joy, right? Like when you are centered, you are like pure joy. And that's where it doesn't matter whether you're in the high or the low. Like everything is just amazing, no matter where you are. How do we get in that space? We get there through gratitude, right? So in the morning, I check in with my clients and I'm like, okay, so what's a win or what's a gratitude for the day? And sometimes we have to like search for those. What was really good? What was a win? What am I grateful for? Right? It can be as simple as like, I have a home to be in. I have an oil tank that's full. I have, a really amazing hug or a cup of coffee, right? Like just find gratitude in all those spaces and you will find that you will spend more time feeling like you're up in this space, right? So, and like there's also a continual rise, right? So let's just say right now, your normal is down here, right? It's perfect, absolutely perfect, no matter where you are. But as you continue to stay on this higher vibe and you continue to receive on that space, like you're gonna keep leveling up, right? So pretty soon you're gonna quantum leap yourself right up here, and your lows aren't going to seem so low, right? Like there will be many other people that are like, oh man, I wish I had your lows. Maybe right now a low is you're only making half of what you normally make in a month. Maybe you make $5,000 a month and you're only making $2,500 when you're in a low. Well, as you continue to like level up, tune in, tune on, and get connected, and you know, I have friends that like their high is like a $10 million a month. Their low is like a $1 million a month, right? So like as you continue to level up, like your lows aren't going to be so low, right? You're going to continue to rise. And the other point is like, how do we find our center? Like, how do we not let the highs or the lows affect us so much? Because as humans, we are tuned into our outside circumstances telling us how we're feeling. And then what does our feelings tell us? Our feelings tell us what vibration we are in. So if we are not feeling awesome because our physical manifestations are not what we're desiring, then you're going to continue to be on that lower frequency and continue to receive those same things. So how do we learn to be centered? Be like, we decide how we feel instead of what's going on the outside. That's when I take my clients through this amazing program called Thinking into Results and guide you through like learning how to audit and decide how you're feeling, how to the word just left my mind. How to regulate your thoughts, how to regulate your thinking. So you don't get stuck in the lows. You say, no, I recognize that. And I'm seeing that space. And I know that I have to be down in this dip before I can come up. There's a lesson to learn. When we are down here, there is a lesson to be learned, right? And then up here is when we're like celebrating and enjoying our wins. But when we're down here in this space, we have to learn our lessons, and it's going to have to do with your thinking. What am I connecting with? How am I vibrating? What am I attracting? Right? And then when we recognize that, then we're going to continue to rise. We're going to continue to rise. And this whole thing is going to continue to go from down here all the way up here. So, you know, before long, your low is going to be that $1 million month and the high is going to be, you know, whatever it is. Or maybe it's, you know, just feeling amazing. Maybe it's your health that you're wanting to increase. And maybe a low is you just like can't get out of bed and you're really just not feeling awesome. You hurt all over. And a high is you get up and you're running and playing with your kids or your grandkids and you have all the energy and vitality and all the parts of the body you're functioning properly, right? Like it's all about where you are, and this happens in every single part of your life, your relationships, your finances, your workspace, health, all of it. So I hope that this is helpful, because this, when I was thinking this morning, I was like, oh my gosh, this has to be recognized and this has to be acknowledged. And the more people that understand this and come and study with us, I have an amazing group that, or a community that you are more than welcome to come and join us in. The link's up in my bio, that we just study and we learn this, and I guide people through different things, and we all celebrate wins in there. And it's a great space for learning how to tap into that centered space and how to be that pure joy all the time. And, you know, be able to allow the law of rhythm to just be our guidance on, okay, where am I? And so what do I need to focus on, right? Okay, I hope that this has been helpful. If you are hopping on, say hello. If you have questions, shoot me a DM. And otherwise, just put #replay if you're watching the replay. Talk to you soon.